Hello, friends, and I hope you are all set for your final Viva preparations. And you must have read through all the sections, form, fees, and rules. So here are some tips for you before you go for your Viva exams. So the master key that the Viva people they have for you is one question: tell us something about yourself. So they may ask you this question in the similar fashion, or they may ask you in different way: tell us something about yourself. So this is the most important question, and this question is going to give them a chance to ask you further questions. For example, let us take an example where they ask me as tell us something about yourself. So I say, thank you, sir, for asking this question. My name is Prem Prakash Pathak, and I am from farmer background, and I have been doing docketing and filing those activity for last 5 years. And now I want to improve myself and change myself role and get into attorneyships where I will have more freedom for drafting and then prosecutions and filing, which I will enjoy a lot. So this is my future plan, and I'm very excited to get into that role. And I prepared did my best. So this is one question that you can tell. And now here it starts questioning. So because I told them that I am from docketing and filing, then they're going to ask me something about docketing and filing strategy. They may come across for PCT filing, national affairs filing, and all those things. The question may arise, and then they may ask you more questions depending on what they want. Suppose if I tell that, thank you, sir, for asking the question. I just completed my MSc or my BTech or MTech or a PhD, and I'm very excited to work in the field of innovations. And I think this is a nice opportunity for me to get engaged with the inventors and help them out, and in so something like this. So again, this starts the question that how you're going to help the inventors, what kind of filing can be done, what can be done. So those kind of questions start. So I don't know what they are going to tell, but be sure that you are going to project the best out of yourself and prepare this question very well, so that it does not appear that you are telling something at the same time you're thinking about yourself. So for example, it should not be like this: tell us something about yourself, and then you start telling, I did my MSc, and I was working for one company as a patent analyst, and then my friends were preparing for the exam, and I also prepared. So don't behave like this. Don't. It should not appear that you are thinking something and then telling. You don't have clarity about yourself. And have a nice smile on your face and be confident. And there is no right and there is no wrong answer about this question. Everything is right, and whatever you tell, it is about yourself. And so project yourself, and that is going to give them some clue to ask question. And if they don't find any clue in the way you tell, my name is Prem Prakash Pathak, and I am MSc graduate, and I did a PhD, and then I'm working in a company in R&D, and now I thought, now I think. So don't say this kind of what I thought to do this kind of thing. You must say like this, that I'm very interested in working with the inventors and protecting those inventions, and I like the way claims are drafted, So if I become once I become pattern agent, it gives me an authority to draft the patterns and help the inventors and R&D people. So something like this. So you frame your question answers like this, so that it appears like as natural and it shows your passion. So next tip is like show your passion as a pattern agent. So you must show that you are very excited. So you don't have to say like this, I'm very excited and this is like dream project, something like this, but it should appear from your answers when they say about tell us something about yourself. From there it should appear. Many students, they are not much fluent in English. They use multi languages. So Hindi, or if you feel that the person who is interviewing you, I mean, if there are 2 interviewers or 1 interviewer or 3 interviewers, and you feel that they are very much conversant with a language, maybe if you are appearing in Chennai, and so if you feel that they're conversant, then you can use mix of language also to be more confident and able to share yourself more. In Mumbai and in Delhi and in Kolkata, you can, I mean, the people must be understanding Hindi and English both, so you can mix those things. Many students that I have come across, they are like they were really they are not passionate about pattern agent. They are just looking for something to explore new domain of the work and new areas, and they just tried it once and they passed it, and now they are thinking what to do next. They don't have any clear plan. But this kind of impressions should not go. I mean, you should not be that that can unsure. Okay, ये नहीं तो कोई और सही, कोई ये नहीं तो कोई और सही. This is not a, I mean, good scenario about yourself. Whatever may be the case, I mean, if I'm going to Delhi, I'm traveling in a bus, that is the best mode of transport. Similarly, if I have a goal and I have started a journey, so this is a journey, this is the best mode. So we should be, I mean, very confident about those process and be confident. It happens, it doesn't happen, it is a secondary part, but you should not say from your side. For example, I begin one example. One of my friend, he did one project for his MSc in one institute, and then in the Viva, when they asked him, why did you choose this project? He said, no, I didn't choose this project because I joined that institute, and the scientist there, he gave me to work on this, so I worked on it. So do you think it is a good question? No, you should not say like this. I mean, this is the fact. The guides sometimes they give you because you don't have much idea, but you should own those. You should own it and say that I like the idea, I like this, and I understand what is the impact of a pattern agent, and I want to work as a pattern agent. I want to help the inventors, and I want to protect them. And I like those drafting skills. I want to drive those innovation process, something like this. So decide your way of telling this answer. Next, like, understand the question, clarify before answering. So don't jump directly, I mean, to answering the questions. Whenever they say, for example, if they ask you that what is the process for filing FFL, foreign filing license, or what is the process for filing an oppositions. So there are certain criteria which needs to be met before you file the oppositions or before you file foreign file licenses. So not in too deep, don't go very back into answers, but you must clarify. For example, FFL, then you just clarify. So I assume that my client is not willing to file in India, but instead they just want to file outside India, and therefore they require FFL. Is it correct? So this will give you a chance to think and clarify and talk, and this will give also the examiner a chance that you understand the concept. You have not just memorized and mugged it up the answers. Like, for example, it is not like they ask that for oppositions to start telling, okay, for opposition form this, fish this much time period, you shouldn't start answering like this, because it just shows that you have just mugged up the answers. You do not know what context it is. It is just like, for example, you go to a doctor and tell the doctor, sir, can you prescribe me paracetamol? Doctor is definitely going to ask you, why do you need paracetamol? Do you have fever, something like this? So they are going to ask those things. Before clarifying those, they are not going to prescribe you any medicines. You cannot take any medicine before that. So they will have some tests, they will ask a question, they will check your fever. Similarly, whenever you are going to answer a question, clarify the grounds before it. Maybe they would like, they want to see something different aspect of the answers, and accordingly they may pick the questions and do this, but they now understand that you have the clarity on which ground you are answering it. So that is most important. So clarify the questions, understand the question, clarify before answering. I mean, you may be knowing the answers, but once you ask them a second time, it gives you a fraction of time period, so that you can also think about the answers, and because they will take some 1 or 2 seconds to clarify you, or even when you speak it, you become more confident. So try this, practice this in this way. Try, I mean, you ask yourself a question, then frame the question, or ask your friend to ask you a question, then ask 1 or 2 clarifying question and then answer it. Second is like, so how you would be dealing with your clients. So this is most important. I mean, you need to show that, so this is how you're going to deal with your client. I mean, if the client comes to you and then they say that, hey, I have a problem. I mean, I presented my topic in a conference, and do you think I can now file my patent? I can get protection for it. And you immediately start talking about section 29, 30, 31, and I mean, it doesn't make much sense for the client what the section is. But you have to show the interviewer that you know those sections, and you are much confident about it and telling about it. But before you answer the client, you must ask him few clarifying questions. For example, you can ask the client, when did you present it? Is has it passed 12 months time period or not? Is it last year? And what kind of conference was it? Was it a government organized conference, or I mean, you disclosed it? So these are some clarifying questions before you answer him, that is it possible to protect or not. So practice is that way, and I think it's not very difficult. So all the best for you, and you are the champion, because you have already passed. Maybe some are in the boundary case, meaning they got 50 marks in first paper, 50 in second paper, and they need 50 marks in Viva. It is very challenging, but not impossible. People have got, I mean, 47, 43, 45, 48. I have not seen 50 marks in the Viva, but people have got those high marks. So all the best, and I hope you all come out with flying colors. Thank you very much. And so I started this training program with I mean, I had a wish that when I clarified this patent exam exam, I used some strategy. So I thought that this was the best strategy, because I also qualified the exam in the first attempt, and I used this strategy. And I thought, in future, whenever the exam is there, I will showcase my strategy and my best plan, so that I can help others also to qualify this exam. And I'm very happy that it worked that way. So thank you very much for fulfilling my dream. And now it's your time to fulfill your dream. All the best, and keep in touch. Maybe in this YouTube channel, I'm going to post something more, maybe not on Patent Agent, but keep in touch. And thank you very much for subscribing and watching to this video.